Hi everyone, welcome back to our channel. Today I wanted to do an end of the year book haul. Last couple months I've accumulated a few books and it's time to share them with you now that the year is about to wrap up. The first two books I want to talk about were sent to Les and I from Penguin Random House UK. They were working in partnership with the Fawcett Society for Equal Pay Day, which is apparently something that happens in the UK, and they were sending out certain books as part of this campaign that the Fawcett Society does to try to bring an end to unequal pay and sexism in the office. They actually were sending out 3 books. The first book was one that both of us already had an ARC of that we received a couple months ago, and at the time we're in the process of reading, and that is Why Women Have Better Sex Under Socialism and Other Arguments for Economic Independence by Kristen Godsey. So this book has come up a few times on the channel. I will link Les and I's review, but we said we already have this one, so send us the other 2, because even though it's Equal Pay Day in the UK and not the US and Canada, it's still a really important thing. So they sent us this little pin, little equal pay pin, and then the 2 books that they sent us. The first one is Career Girls, Cautionary Tales for the Working Woman by Miss T. McGill, and then the other one is How to Be Successful Without Hurting Men's Feelings, Non-Threatening Leadership Strategies for Women by Sarah Cooper. And both of these are very tongue-in-cheek books, so it uses a lot of funny pictures, diagrams, little snippets about how women should behave in the workplace. And then this other one, the Career Girls one, is very like 1950s, 60s style with these pictures and just little sarcastic snippets, and I read a few of them and they were delightful. So I plan on reading these 2 books before the end of the year. By the time these books got to us, Equal Pay Day had already passed in the UK because, you know, these had to come all the way across the pond, but I'm still really happy to have them because they'll be really good coffee table books, something you want to share with your friends. I have 5 other books to share with you, and these were all purchased at my local library's library book sale that happened in October. So the first one that I picked up there is Cleopatra, A Life by Stacy Schiff. This is a biography of Cleopatra. It's a winner of the Pulitzer Prize, and I do remember seeing this book when it originally came out, but obviously never got my hands on it. It does seem a little dense, but I read the first couple pages and I was like, I think I can do this. There's a lot of stuff that I don't know about her. I feel like there's certain things that everyone knows, and it's a very, very small snippet of what she did during her life, so I'm excited to find out more about her. The second book that I grabbed from the library book sale was The Shining Girls by Lauren Bukes, and this color actually matches my cardigan really well. I have read Broken Monsters by the same author, so I kind of know the tone in which she writes. It's very creepy, kind of horror, and there's usually some sort of element of magical realism in it. At least that's the impression that I got based on the one book that I read and reading the back of this. This one is about a killer that can time travel through a house by walking through different doors, so he can commit a crime and then escape and no one will ever know it was him. And he sets his sights on this group of girls called the Shining Girls, and he plans to kill all of them except one of them survives. Her name's Kirby, and then Kirby teams up with somebody from the Chicago Sun-Times. He's a reporter, and they're hoping to track down the person that did this to her. So already right away there's that magical realism element with the time travel walking through the house thing, but I'm intrigued. You know, I'm not really a person that's super into magical realism, but if it's done right, it can be really good. This book is going to be one that many of you will recognize, and I picked up Throne of Glass by Sarah J. Maas. This has obviously been all over BookTube for many years, especially right now because the last book in this series came out. I have never had a huge reason to pick up this book, but one of my friends who went to the library book sale with me loves this series, and she was so excited for the last book to come out. And when I saw this edition, which is in a really good shape, and it was $1, guys. It was $1. So even if I don't like it, it's It's so worth it. I'm ready to give it a try. For those of you who are like me and just feel like you've been hearing about this book forever and don't actually know what it's really about, it's about a girl named Selena Sardathian, if I'm saying that correctly, and she's an assassin, and she's shown up at this place to defeat 23 killers, thieves, warriors in a competition to win her freedom. That's basically what I know. I know people are obsessed with this. People have a love-hate relationship with this series. Hopefully I'll be on the side of liking it, but even if that's not what ends up happening, it's fine. I got it at a library book sale. We'll be okay. The second to last book I grabbed at the sale was The Interestings by Meg Wolitzer. I have wanted to pick up this book for a long time. I love this cover. I've seen it at the library so many times and I've just never taken it out. But once again, you see something at the library book sale, you grab it. So this one is about a group of kids, 6 of them I believe, and they meet at a summer camp for the arts in the 1970s. And then this book follows their lives over the last so many number of years, how they stay in contact and whether or not that bond lasts forever, and you know, how it shifts and changes over time. This is one that might be a potential buddy read for Les and I in the future because she also has this book, and it is a bit chunky, but I feel like everything that I've heard from it has been pretty positive, so I'm looking forward to picking this up at some point in the future. The last book I picked up at the sale was Big Weather, Chasing Tornadoes in the Heart of America by Mark Svenvold. This is a nonfiction book about storm chasers, which I find fascinating. It's one of those things that I don't think I could ever do, but I love hearing about other people doing it. So this author partnered up with a storm chaser and followed him around and wrote up this book about the culture of storm chasing and what it's like. I imagine how scary it can be sometimes, how cool it can be sometimes. This just seems like something that's right up my alley. I love reading nonfiction books about extreme situations, people doing really cool stuff, and this is a combination of both of those. So I'm really looking forward to reading this. My guess is this will probably be on my list of books I want to read next year, but we'll see. Those are the 7 books that I've acquired over the last couple of months. If you have read any of them, feel free to share your thoughts in the comments below. I'd love to hear if you did or did not like Throne of Glass, because it's pretty split. As always, all of our links are in the doobly-doo. You can go check those out if you feel so inclined. Thank you guys very much for watching, and I'll see you later.